Hey guys, and welcome to the DBGA Podcast, a podcast where we interview top level executives inside leading and growing companies in the beauty and e commerce industry. Excited to have our guest today, Marya Khalil. We'll be diving into her story and a little bit about what her company does and some engaging insights into the beauty industry. So I'll go ahead and kick it off to you, Marya. Could you please introduce yourself and tell a quick snippet of your story and your background prior to working at VIPL?
Yes, I would love to. And it's so great to be here. Thanks for having me. So, yes, my name is Marya Khalil, and I'm the CEO at the Vitality Institute. And the Vitality Institute is a professional skincare brand that's known for our in-person treatment called the VIPL. My story, I would say, really starts when I was 14 years old. That is when I started to develop terrible acne, unfortunately. And the acne really held me back. It made me depressed. It made me have very low self confidence. It made me very shy. It made me want to hide. I would sit in the back of classrooms. I wouldn't raise my hand or participate if I didn't have to. And I would never leave the house without makeup on. There was no way that I was leaving the house without makeup on because I had such low self-esteem about my skin. And I felt that everyone was just always looking at my face. And a lot of the time people will ask me, when I got into skincare, and I'll say I got into skincare when I was 14 because when you have acne, you become a student of skincare. You will research ingredients. You learn about every product there is. You try anything to get rid of that acne. And so while I was going through this terrible battle with acne, I was really lucky because my father, Dr. Khalil, he was a physician and he really took the battle onto his own. He made it his own battle. And he decided that he was going to try and create a treatment, a product that would help me with my skin and my self-confidence. And that is how our VIPL was initially born. It was born out of the need to create a treatment that would be safe for all skin tones, since I have ethnic skin and it can be very hard to treat ethnic skin, and to create this product to work on my cystic acne as a 14-year-old girl. And now, over 20 years later, I run the business that sells this product, the VIPL. And so my life story has really sort of come full circle in a lot of ways, now that I am the CEO of the brand that was originally created for my skin. So I find that to be really special.
Yeah, definitely. And so you kind of touched upon how you got into the beauty industry, but what is about your job or industry that you're passionate about?
I feel like a walking infomercial most of the time because I really do believe that when you find products that work on your skin and make you feel more confident in your own skin, the sky is the limit. You can reach those goals that you never dreamt of. Like me becoming a CEO, that girl with acne when I was 14 would never dream of being a CEO and being on a podcast, doing things I do today that I'd never dreamt of. And that is exactly what makes me passionate and keeps me going every day, is because I know how it feels, because I was there. I was that girl. And now today I get to hear stories every day from our amazing practices, from our amazing humans all over the world that get to use our treatment, and that they see the corrective benefits on their skin, and that they feel that they don't have to wear makeup anymore, that they can go on that date they were scared to go on, that they can go for the job interview. I've heard all these stories before, that they get the boyfriend even, honestly, like things like that. And so that's really what keeps me going every day and makes me passionate about.
And yeah, thank you so much for sharing this. And I think it's definitely a beautiful mission, and it's definitely improving people's lives to have access to such treatments, because skin, especially on your face, it's the first thing that you see in the morning. It's what you put, like the first thing that people see when they meet you. So Yeah, thank you so much for sharing this. And like you said, you've been in skincare since you were 14. So um, you've spent a lot of time studying this industry. But at the moment, what are the current trends in the market that you are aware of? What winds are blowing? What are you noticing?
What we see in aesthetics, I see as people wanting more natural results these days. I
Hmm.
love peels because peels are about making your own skin look healthy and beautiful. They're not about changing your features. They're not about making your nose smaller or your lips bigger or any of those things. Peels simply will make your skin look healthy. They will make your skin look more youthful, more radiant, and that overall will make you feel more confident and maybe might make you look younger. It might have someone ask you, what did you do? But really it's about your actual skin improving. It's a biorejuvenation treatment in the sense that it's actually making your own skin cells healthier. So that being said, though, what I am seeing in the industry, because the aesthetics industry is quite a wide industry, is that I'm seeing a lot of people dissolving their old filler, a lot of dissolving their lips, dissolving their cheeks, starting over for some people, or reaching towards more biostimulating products that actually stimulate your own body's collagen production. Things like chemical peels can be great for that. Also, things like Sculptra. It's not a typical filler. It actually makes your own body make collagen in the areas it's injected. So it's not the same as some of the other fillers on the market. And I have been seeing a lot of ladies dissolving their filler.
Yeah, me too. I've heard that as well because what I heard too is that hyaluronic acid, it can migrate.
It's true.
And so when you inject a lot, then it moves around all the
It
lips.
does.
And so that's why I heard so many girls were removing it because, yeah, migrating and it doesn't look as good.
Yeah,
So,
migration is
yeah, I've seen that a lot as well.
yeah, so migration is also a huge concern. And the truth about filler is that it never really disappears. Even though it's temporary, there can be
Mm.
remnants, and that's why the dissolving becomes so important for some women that are not
Yeah.
happy with the way it's looking now.
Yeah, but it's good that at least we have a solution to
Exactly. It
dissolve
is. It
and
is good.
remove the product. So, yeah, and now I would love to learn more about your company. So, could you tell me about VIPL and what products and services you guys offer?
Absolutely. So the Vitality Institute, we are the makers of the VIPL. That's what we're known for. That is our number one product. It is what got us on the map. It is what keeps us going every day. Today, now we have 6 chemical peels in total. We have 5 peels for the face, and the peels for the face vary from treating things like hyperpigmentation and melasma to acne scarring, fine lines and wrinkles, and then just overall rejuvenation. And then finally, we also, our 6th chemical peel is the one for the body. And that can treat things like back acne, hyperpigmentation, and sun damage. We often see that on the décolletage, on the back, on the hands, and then also for things like hyperpigmentation on the elbows or knees, or even dark underarms that women are embarrassed about that. And then we also have a full skincare line. Our skincare line, I would say it's very focused. We don't have thousands of products. We're not the brand that releases a new product every quarter or, the new trendy ingredient. We're not really a trendy skincare line. We're more of a results driven skincare line, performance based. And so our skincare line is pretty small, and what we focus on, again, is treating hyperpigmentation, things like sun damage, melasma, dark spots, overall brightness and tone. that is what our skincare line focuses on. And the skincare line is available through the 7,000 practices. Well, we have 7,000 practices that carry our VIPO world around the country. Now, part of those practices also carry the skincare line. And then our skincare is also available online through our own website and on Amazon.com. We have our own store. Always buy on Amazon directly from the brands. Don't buy from resellers. That would be one of my tips on buying skincare on Amazon. We all love Amazon. I mean, we're all on there. And I think it's okay to buy from skincare from Amazon, but you need to buy it directly from the brand, not from resellers, because you never know what you're getting if you buy it from a reseller.
That's very true. Thank you for sharing that advice. And I feel like you kind of touched upon this already, but I really want to give you the chance to really dive into this topic. So, what unique value do VIPL products and services bring to your customers?
The VIPL revolutionized chemical peels in so many ways. We were the first on the market to do so many things. And now, 20 years later, there are other peels that you could say have similar characteristics, but what we really changed in the chemical peel market is we were the first painless chemical peel. And we find that patients will do something once that hurts, but they won't do it again. And so not having pain is really important. For you can imagine why. No one wants to go do something that hurts too much. Like, no, that's a no-brainer. But 20 years ago, there were no chemical peels that didn't hurt. They all burned really bad. And even today, a lot of them hurt. They do. They really burn. So we don't burn and we don't hurt. That is a huge point of value of our peel. And I think to name another one would be that we're safe for all skin tones. And that is really special. When you have darker skin also doesn't mean darker. I think a lot of people think that it means what your skin looks like to the naked eye, but that is not what dictates your Fitzpatrick type. Your Fitzpatrick type, and that's something used very often in dermatology, is actually based on your genetics. And it's based on where your parents are from. It's based on how your skin behaves when you get a burn or when you go out in the sun. And so I would really encourage everyone to know what their Fitzpatrick type is and not just say, oh, my skin is light. Because just because your skin is light doesn't mean you're not a higher Fitzpatrick type. And higher Fitzpatrick types are very limited on what they can treat, on what they can use, and who can treat them even safely. And so the VI Peel was created because we wanted to treat all skin tones. We wanted to treat all ethnicities. We wanted to treat all Fitzpatrick types. Our peel was born in Miami, and Miami is a melting pot of ethnicities and skin tones and races. And so if you can't treat everyone, you can't treat anyone, truly, honestly, because everyone that walks in your door is probably some sort of has an ethnic background. And for our practitioners to have a product that basically anyone who walks in their door can safely get a VI peel is extremely valuable. They know that they can safely treat them. They know that they'll get consistent results. They know that they won't have any issues. That gives them so much peace of mind. And I really do believe that that is our main point of value, probably in the grand scheme of things. And we've been treating all skin tones since 2005, whereas now we see a lot of brands are making that part of their story, which I love, by the way. I'm so glad that brands are now being more inclusive and thinking about everyone. It's amazing. It really is. As long as it's coming from a good place and it's not just coming from a marketing standpoint of like, we're going to include different colors so that we can get more sales. For us, it doesn't mean that we just include, all different skin tones in our marketing or on our social. It also means that every product we produce, we test on darker Fitzpatrick types before it ever reaches the market, because we want to make sure that we stick to our brand promise of treating all skin tones. So I think that is a huge brand proposition that we offer.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much for sharing and for giving such a detailed explanation on how the what ethnic skin really is, and it's not only color. I think it's very
Yeah.
interesting, and not a lot of people
Yeah.
know this. So now I want to ask you because your company, you're online, you also have institutes, so I'm sure there's a lot of challenges to dealing with all of that. So what are some of the challenges of being the CEO at VIPL? What do the day-to-day challenges look like for you?
Scaling up, I think, is probably our biggest challenge. And understanding that as the business grows, you need to adapt with it. Not only yourself as a leader, but also your team, your processes. And I just feel like I'm always catching up. Like it's like we're always catching up because of our growth. And a couple years ago, our company doubled in size. And so we really changed as a business, our we've gotten to a higher bar in a lot of ways. And that can be overwhelming for me as a leader. I think in a lot of ways I got a little overwhelmed in some ways of keeping up with the growth, with the team, with the industry, with what we need to grow for tomorrow. You can't stay stagnant. Personally, I'm a millennial, so I love change. I don't know. I'm not scared of change. Change excites me. I get bored really easy. But some people on my team don't love change all the time. But I'm the kind of girl that's like, I have so much energy. Like, I don't want to keep doing something. Even if it's working, I don't want to keep doing it unless it's the best way to do something. And so there's a lot of that goes on. Like, oh, just because we've been doing it this way for the longest time doesn't mean it's the best way. So I think changing, adapting, keeping up, making sure you're ahead of what your company's gonna need for tomorrow, not for today, is some of the biggest challenges that I've faced. And one of the ways we've really, taken this challenge head on is we actually implemented something called EOS, and it's the entrepreneurial operating system. And it's just a way to organize your business and your team, how to run your meetings, how to manage the performance of your people, how to reach your goals and your KPIs for the whole company. And it's been pretty game changing for us, but it's also, it's challenging because it keeps everyone on their toes, including me.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And so you were saying it's important to keep up with the trends and also to be creative and innovative in the way that you proceed within the business. So what would you say is the type of mindset that is needed to be a successful CEO?
Resiliency, 100% resiliency, because there are going to be bad days. There's no way. I'm a recovering perfectionist. That's what I always say. Because, yeah, growing up, I was a huge perfectionist and I was scared to show weakness. And I was really hard on myself and mean to myself. And now that I'm in this position, I've learned that there's no such thing as perfect. There are going to be bad days, mistakes happen, not only on your part, on your team's part. Humans make mistakes, and that's okay. You have to be forgiving. You have to be able to grow through those mistakes and learn from them. And you have to weather the storm. Like that's why I say resiliency, because there's going to be disappointment. There's going to be things that don't go your way. You're going to get a lot of no's. You're going to get no's. You're going to get people that, decide they want to go other ways. You can't take that badly. You should be happy for them. You should be proud for them. And so I think being resilient, no, and always learning too. Because I think that if you think you know everything, then you know nothing. Because you need to always be learning and be curious. And every single human that comes in contact with you has something to teach you. And I really look at that. I really take that to heart. Every single person. I learn so much from my team. I don't tell my team what to do. I ask them what we should do, because I really do believe that they are going to help make better decisions.
Okay, yeah,
Mhm.
thank you so much for sharing this. Now, I want to transition to a different topic because, as you know, we're a data analytics company. So I'm always curious to hear about other people's experiences in the industry when it comes to data analytics. So, in your experience, how does data influence decision making and strategies in the beauty industry?
It is so important. It is crucial. We use data. We're very data driven, I would say. Almost all our decisions are based on data. We have company KPIs, we have team KPIs. A few years ago, in 2015, so almost 9 years ago, we switched from using QuickBooks to NetSuite, and people told me I was crazy. They said that that was way too sophisticated for us and that we really didn't need it. But I took a look at the other ERPs on the market, and I fell in love with NetSuite. It's a really great program. It's not inexpensive, it's very expensive. But I have to say it changed our business because it gave me access to data points I never had before. It made me be able to dissect my customers in ways I didn't know before. It made me understand our territories, our sales behaviors. It just gave us much better understandings on our own company. There were questions that people would ask me. I couldn't even answer them because I wasn't sure. I really wasn't sure 9 years ago. And now that we switched to NetSuite and we also use Microsoft BI to create beautiful dashboards for our data, so that every single person on our team has access to their own dashboard that really dictates their data. We've all just become so much more confident in our decisions. We've become better at making decisions. We're not just guessing on things. And so I would say that being data driven has changed our business. It's what helped us grow. Like I mentioned earlier, we doubled a couple years ago. And if it wasn't for data, there was no way we would have doubled a couple years ago, because it helped us put the programs in place to build.
Yeah. Well, can you elaborate a little bit on and share some insights on the role of data analytics and understanding specifically consumer preferences and trends within your company?
We're very unique in the sense that we're a skincare company, but we sell to businesses, right? We don't sell
Mhm.
we do sell some direct to consumer, but our main product goes to a business and then they sell to the consumer. And so unfortunately for a long time, we had no consumer insights because we said, "Oh, we're B2B. We're not B2C." And I think that was a really big eureka moment when we realized, yeah, sure, we're B2B because that's our sales funnel, but we are very B2C. Our product is for the consumer. And who is that person anyway? We don't even know who that consumer is. We don't know anything about that person because they're technically customers of our customers. So we had
Yeah.
no direct communication with them. And I would say a few years ago, we started to look at that more deeply. Social media has helped us understand more of our consumer, I would say, because there is data available on some of the consumers that you engage with on social. So that helped us start a conversation, understand that person more, create more of a profile, understand her behaviors. But I think what we took it up a notch was we have a VIPL app, and we decided, and thousands of people, I say people, it's mostly women, but it is people. There are men too. So I don't like to forget the men. We decided to survey these thousands of people that have downloaded the VIPL app because they've probably had a VIPL. Like 100% most likely they've had a VIPL, which is why they downloaded the app, because you probably wouldn't download the app unless you had a peel. It's really based on post peel directions. And so we took those thousands of people, and I'm talking thousands, like thousands. I think it was close to 100,000. And we decided to survey them and learn more about them, learn more about their behaviors, their interests. What is it about their skin that they don't like? Why did they get a VI peel? What other things have they tried? And that was really eye-opening and cool. It was our first time doing a consumer survey and being able to understand the profile of our consumers was a really great thing for our business. It helped us design our website, our social, our advertising. And, I really highly recommend, even if you're B2B, if you have a stopover at B, but you're really B2C, you need
Mm.
to learn more about that consumer.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing this. And I think that's very
Yeah.
true. When we think about consumer data, we mostly think about B2C, but like the business directly from the consumer. And we forget that there might be a step in between, but it doesn't mean that you cannot get this data and that this data is not useful for you as well.
Yeah,
So thank you so much for
of
sharing.
course.
Now I want to know what's coming next for VAPO. What is your vision for the next 12 months?
So I always get in trouble with our marketing team when I tell anyone what's to come. They're always like, you're gonna get us you're gonna get in trouble, Marya. You have to stop posting things on Instagram. And I'm like, okay, I get so excited. But the truth is, basically at any point in time, we have at least 5 products that are in development. Truly, because our products take a long time to go to market. And that is because we put a lot of work and effort and research into our products. Maybe too much. Maybe some people might think too much, but we have a very big commitment to our consumer, to our patient. So not only do we do a lot of research, we do a lot of testing, we do a lot of case studies. Even if it's a moisturizer, we don't just test it on 10 people and say, great, we're ready to go to market. We do quite extensive testing on everything. So what's to come is we have quite a few new products coming out. The next new products coming out are body treatment products. So they would complement the body peel, and they're a body wash and a body lotion combination used to help with the skin texture on the body. And then other than that, in terms of a company, we have so many exciting things to come. The biggest thing I would say is we have a new headquarters we're moving into later this summer. And while it's super exciting for our team because they're going to have a new home, we've designed it so that they have a beautiful place to come to work every day. I really want everyone on our team to look forward to coming to work. I really do. I know at the end of the day, it's work, it's a job. We all have to make money. It's like we have to go to work, but at least I want to make it a pleasant thing for them, that a place where they love to go, that doesn't feel stressful to them, and that they feel valued and that they understand our mission and they look forward to it. So I do think the new headquarters is going to help. I do. We outgrew our office space, and it's going to be a place that they can really thrive in, not only for our team, but we're going to make it a consumer and account place for pop-ups, for events, for trainings. That's probably what I'm most excited about. We want to have at least monthly trainings for our VIP accounts to come get like expert training on the products that maybe they haven't gotten before, so they can come in, experience the products, get more training, meet our team. So that I'm really looking forward to the value that a space brings in that sense, to experience the brand and to learn more about the products in person. What else is to come?
Okay.
God, we have such an amazing sales team. We have a lot of new, amazing sales people on our team. We're always growing. We have a few open territories still. And, it's just, yeah, it's just continuing to grow to serve our customers, our amazing VIP providers around the world. That's really what all of what we do is for.
Okay, amazing. A lot of exciting projects and things coming then. Now I have a last question. It's a loaded one, but I think it's a good one to kind of wrap things up. what are some of the most important things you've learned in your career?
So, okay, I would say the most important thing I've learned in my career is to, I would say, to get advice from other people and to know you're not alone. You know, I felt when I lost my dad, I was 25 and I inherited a business. I've never felt more alone in my life. I felt so alone. I had no one I could talk to about the business. Again, I was 25, so my friends couldn't really relate, I would say. You know, I have the most amazing friends, but they couldn't relate to what I was going through. I I couldn't really confide in my team about certain things, obviously. And so just I felt so alone, and I hope no one ever has to feel that alone. You know, I hope everyone knows that it's okay to ask for help, because I didn't know it was okay to ask for help. For the long time, I kept everything under the surface and I thought, I need to be perfect. I can't show weakness. I have to, everyone has to know that I got this, that I'm good. I don't need help. And literally the minute I realized, oh, wait, I cannot do this alone. I need to ask for help, and that's okay. That is when my whole life changed. My whole life changed. Um, things got they got easier. They didn't get easy. It's still not easy. You know, they got better. They got healthier. I started to hire middle management at my company, and they changed my business because I had people I could trust. I had people that knew their expertise better than I ever could. And it was really life changing. And so I like to ask for help when I need it. You know, I think that that can actually be very, when you show your human side, that can bridge a lot of gaps too with people. I think people appreciate that. And I, again, asking for advice, I think is important. Like having mentors, having people that you can confide in about whatever it is, because it can be very unhealthy to bottle that all up. It really can.
Yeah.
So take care of yourself, take care of your mind, have hobbies, don't do it by yourself. Don't forget about yourself.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing this. I think that's a very wise advice. And even asking for advice, sometimes I get into this type of situations where it's just talking about the situation makes a lot more, even if the person in front of me is not going to give me the solution, but just talking about it makes me think more.
Yeah.
And sometimes I just get the solution just by talking.
Yeah.
So,
You're right.
yeah, thank you so
You're
much for
right.
sharing this.
I will also say at 27, a couple years after my dad passed away, I joined a organization called Vistage, and I'm still in Vistage. And what Vistage is it's like a club. It's like a club of other business owners and CEOs, but you get to do something called issue processing. And I bring this up because whether you're in a, club or you have someone you can do this with, it's just like what you just said. You bring up an issue you have, whatever it is, and you just brainstorm together and you talk it out. They give you advice on it. They tell you that they've been through something. That happens a lot. They say, I went through this same thing and this is how I handled it, or here's some help. Here's someone I can give you that knows this even better and they can help you. So that was really life changing too. Having people that I could process issues with. That wasn't my boyfriend, because my boyfriend didn't care at the time. Like he didn't, you know what I mean? Like my boyfriend would be like, I have no idea what you're talking about. And by the way, that boyfriend is now my husband, but still at the time he was like, I can't help you. I don't know how to help you with this. So needless to say, it's good to find someone that you can process issues with, someone you can trust. You know, it's really valuable.
Yeah. Definitely. Well, thank you so much for sharing this. And thank you so much for coming on the podcast. Now, for the people that are listening or watching and that want to reach out to you, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram. Our company is at VI Peel, and then I'm at Marya Khalil, and that's probably the best place to find me, honestly. Instagram. And if you want to email me, my email is in my Instagram profile, but it's Marya at vipeel.com. I love to hear from people, so don't hesitate.
Okay, awesome. I'll put all that information in the description of the podcast. And thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And we hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Take care.